The seam we're going to do now is a flat fell seam, flat fell. And this is used if you want to sew something that's going to be reversible, or you just need a really sturdy and decorative seam. They're often used on jeans. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to press 3/8 of an inch back on your seam allowance, okay, towards the wrong side of your fabric. Then you're going to take your corresponding piece of fabric and lay it wrong sides together. And you're going to line it up so that it meets up with that fold in the first piece. So its edge is aligned all the way in next to that fold. Okay, we're going to stick a couple pins in here to hold it in place. And then I'm going to stitch close to the edge of the fabric, that outside edge that you had pressed in. Alright, we're just going to do a regular straight stitch. And we'll back stitch. Then go forward. Okay, stopping and removing our pins. I'm sewing maybe 1/16 of an inch away from the edge of the fabric. Okay, and again back stitch. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Now I'm going to take this over to my ironing board, which you won't be able to see, and I'm going to press the seam over top of that raw edge. Okay, remember the raw edge was over here. I'm going to press it over top of that raw edge. Okay, so I'll be right back. I've pressed for the flat felt seam. I have pressed that raw edge side of the seam over. So that's what it looks like from the back, and again from the front. And I'm going to be stitching right down along this edge. I'm going to go ahead and pin it like we always do to hold it into place. And I will back stitch at both ends. Again, go ahead and put my needle down right where I want that stitching to be. Again, about 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. Take a couple stitches forward, then reverse. Stop with my needle in and readjust if I need to. Make sure I'm back on track for exactly where I want the stitching to go. Back stitch when I finish. And go ahead and take it out. Snip my threads. And this is a finished example of our flat fell seam. Front, and that's what it looks like from the back. Okay, as you can see, no seam finish is necessary because all of the raw edges are encased. So there you go, flat felled seam.